AJ Garcia is going to be the recipient of this year's Sterling Wilson Leadership Scholarship. I will let you hear his story from his own mouth. My own experience with him is similar to Carol's. The passion and energy that AJ brings to the table is something that is really, really great. And if I could get people who are on the side like John Stockdale, if I could get you guys just to hold off conversations while people are talking. That was, when Josh was talking, I heard a lot of conversation. Please give them the respect. Coach John Schoenmakers, please give them the respect to not be talking when they're talking. Thank you. Hello.
Good evening to everyone. Hello, my name is Armando Garcia Jr. For those of you who may not know me, I'm also known as AJ. And I'm here to tell you about how Coach Newman's and everyone here's vision has affected both my life and my family's life. Okay, here we go. My story with ATA began at a junior team tennis state tournament in San Antonio, Texas. The team that I was on ended up playing ATA in the third round of the tournament. I had an idea about what ATA was and how good they were after seeing Austin Mayo, can you stand up, Mayo? Austin Mayo compete for the 4A state championship this past school year. Good job, Austin. After hearing more about ATA's amazing reputation and hearing about ATA's amazing reputation from everyone at this tournament and seeing all of the high-level players such as Jonah Krall, Carly, Justin, or whoever was there, I immediately wanted a chance at training with them. The problem was the fact that my family was and is far from well off financially. So I decided to take a shot in the dark by approaching Coach Kendall Brooks. Could you stand up, Coach Kendall? Hometown coach from Corpus Christi also. And asking her about any scholarships that might be available for a week camp during the summer. Come to find out, Coach Kendall remembered my face and said that she was impressed with my attitude on court. When my team played ATA, that is. We exchanged information and everything else seemed to fall into place. I got not only 1 week at ATA, but a 2-week scholarship that summer. This past summer, that is. Being self-taught, I felt like a pretty developed player, but coming to ATA opened up a whole other world of tennis to me. You know, back at home I was the top dog. You know, no one could take this guy down, right? But I got put in my place pretty quick when I came here. I came to find out that I knew absolutely nothing about tennis. I didn't even know what racket head speed meant or tension on a racket. I'm still learning actually. But here's the thing. Even though I knew nothing about the game and I couldn't even answer the simplest questions that, you know, Coach Doug or Coach Newman was talking about, I wasn't treated any differently. You know, like, instead of making fun of me, like saying, oh, this kid, he thinks he's so good, but he doesn't even know what racket head speed is. Come on. They didn't make fun of me. What they did is they broke it down in a simple way, and they told it to me multiple times if I needed to know or learn something. And I felt confident in asking, and I still do from now on, ever since I heard that, hey, you ask questions, you know, you will get answers. And another thing that came to my surprise is I really didn't want to tell anyone. You know, I was quite, not embarrassed, but I didn't want to tell anyone about my financial situation. I felt like I would be treated like someone else. But the truth of the matter is I was treated as a genuine friend instead. They didn't care about who I was. I wasn't the poor kid. I was a friend. I was AJ. And I like that about this place. I finally got what my family could never give me. Intense training on a daily basis with some of the best coaches in Texas this summer. This summer was awesome. Don't get me wrong, I am grateful for all that my family provides for me. Okay. After my 2-week camp was over, I made a promise to do the best I could to maintain this kind of training back at home, even though that I knew that it would be near impossible to do so. My passion for tennis belonged to ATA now, and the desire to come back was enormous. 2 weeks after I had gone home, I received a call from Coach Kendall. We asked each other how we were doing, and then she offered the chance to come back full time. Apparently, I made quite the impression on the coaches at ATA, and they couldn't stop talking about me. I don't know if that's bad or good, but they couldn't stop talking about me, so okay. Coach Newman had offered me a full ride to go to school and train at ATA, all expenses paid, along with a job in the pro shop and helping with JA. 2 days after this conversation, both Coach Kendall and Coach Newman were in the living room of my humble home discussing these details with my parents. A week and a half after this conversation took place, I packed my bags both to come here and live at the ranch house with Coach Newman and to spend 4 days in New York City. I had never been out of state, I had never been on a plane, and I never thought that I would get the chance to do so. So before I even started my new life here, I was already experiencing things that were way above my level, way above anything that I had ever expected. Okay. I also realized that sometimes with privilege comes sacrifice. I come from a very deep-rooted Hispanic family. That sometimes, now for those of you who don't know, how most Hispanic culture works, the children do not leave home until a fairly older age than usual. That means 17 is extremely young to be out of the house. So, my mother did cry when she came to drop me off here, and I miss them very much.
I cried too.
Quiet, child. What I'm trying to get at is the fact that Hispanic families don't allow their children to leave home just for any reason. My parents, who have no real knowledge of tennis at all, my mother doesn't even know how to keep score. My father doesn't know the game at all. Saw something big was going on here, and saw that I needed to be a part of it. They saw that the chance to be the first in my family to both graduate high school and go to college would rise tremendously with ATA's help. My late grandfather and late grandmother from opposite sides of the family always told my parents and I, "Pa adelante, mijito, pa adelante." This means, pa adelante si se puede, mijito. In translation, this means, always move forward, my son. You can do it. Neither I nor my parents truly understood what they meant until now. This experience has been amazing thus far, and I can't wait to achieve my goal of playing at a D1 college. Not D3, not D2, but D1. I come to you not only as a kid with a story, not only as a kid who, look at this, what they've done for me. I come to you as an ambassador for ATA. Look at what this vision is doing to people's lives, is what I'm trying to get at. I mean, there's so many different stories. I didn't even know half the stories that were going on here, and I thought this place was amazing. I ask that you use my story as a glimpse into the vision of what Coach Newman and what all of the other coaches are trying to do here. I also ask that you continue to help support my story, along with all of the other stories that this program is involved in. Lives are being changed here at ETA on a daily basis. So, without further ado, I ask that you just continue to donate, and stuff like this will continue to happen. So, thank you.